What is up, guys? AT here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to color. Now the software that I'm using is Paint Tool Sci. I just find it that it's so much easier to work with than Photoshop. I do have Photoshop. I still use it. I mainly use it for line art. I also use it for these spheres here that you're seeing. But I just find that the Paint Tool Sci is so much easier to render, and in this video you're going to see me use only 2 brushes here. Now, as you can see here, I have 4 different cylinders right here, and there are going to be 4 steps to rendering a color. The first one is flattening the image, and also before I go further ahead, I have the first layer, which is the line art layer, on top, and I set that to multiply. If you have that line art to normal, you're not going to be able to see anything, see? So set it to multiply, keep that layer on top, and then all your coloring layers are going to be right at the bottom. As you can see here, I had it locked for some reason. I don't know why I had the multiply layer locked. So yeah, so keep your layers on the bottom, your coloring layers that is, and your line art on top, and it should be easier from there. I'm pretty sure most of you guys probably already know that. If you didn't, ask me any questions in the bottom and I'll address it in the next video. So the first step is pretty much just flatten your image. So let's say we have a face here. What you want to do is just flatten the image with one color. I usually use different layers for different purposes. So armor, to say cloth or whatever. So here I'm going to control copy and move it over. So I think is let's see, Control C, Control V, and then Control T to move it over. Yeah, that's what it is. So I'm moving it over here, and now I have it in a different layer now. So I'm showing you these 4 steps here. So again, Control C. Let me see. This is previously recorded, so for some reason I didn't capture my audio. So yeah, Control C, Control V, and then Control T allows you to move it. So there you go. So we're just trying to, kind of speed up the process here. So yeah, the first sphere is just flattening. Second step is to add your shadow. And then the third step we're going to render. And fourth step, not always is necessary, but we're going to add some texture to it. So let's get to it. So as you can see here, I'm going to add another layer, new layer right on there. And then we're going to click on clipping group. Now what that's going to allow us to do is stay in with that sphere. We're not going to go outside of it. So that's a pretty neat trick. So we're going to go to darker color over here in the color wheel, as you can see. I'm going to go something pretty dark and just outline your shadow. It's simple stuff. So I'm going to choose the light source on top, add the shadow there, and it doesn't have to be clean. Obviously this is just for practicing purposes. I was trying to use the filler, but it didn't work out, so I'm just going to fill it in here. Now again, this is so much easier than Photoshop, and you're going to see that quickly. You're going to see that I'm only using two brushes, the pen brush and then the water, and then I believe the water brush already comes with Paint Tool Sci, so you don't have to go searching for a new brush or anything like that. No. In total though, I do use maybe 3 brushes. That's it in Paint Tool Sci. So we're gonna Control E to merge it down. Then we're gonna lasso the whole thing again. We're gonna go Control copy, Control V, and then Control T to move it over. And now I'm clipping group again, so we won't step outside the lines. Now this is a water brush, and it's like you'll see right now, it just blends everything so much easier. I think I'm gonna go outside that layer, that clipping mask right now. I'm gonna go to the actual layer number 3, just because the colors will blend a lot better. So yeah, step 2 shade, and then 3 we're gonna render. Here we go. See, look at that. That's just so much easier. In Photoshop, you kind of change the opacity and then keep clipping on or clicking on different colors and kind of render it that way. So here, all I'm doing, I'm going back to the clipping group, and I'm just trying to render it nice and smooth. Not too smooth where it looks like it's been airbrushed, because we could easily just use an airbrush. I find it that it's a lot better just rendering it like this. It looks more practical. I don't like that airbrushy effect. I like this kind of not sloppy, but you know, you can see my strokes, if you will. So look at that. That's already pretty good right there. Now, since the light source is hidden on top, I'm gonna choose a different color. I'm gonna go towards the yellow up here, and then go kind of towards the white. Now you're gonna see me I thought that was good enough right there. I thought that was bright enough, but then you look at it, it looks a little grayish. And I thought if I merge the layers and add another layer and clip it again, that you'd be able to see it, but no. It's not the layer's fault. It's just bad color picking, if you will. So you're gonna see me go more towards the white. See, I'm going towards the gray again. I don't know why. Now you can see my steps. That's pretty cool. I didn't think it was gonna capture my alt space thing there. So look at that. That's perfect right there for me. Now certain artists just leave it like that, you know, but I like to kind of render it in a little bit, maybe airbrush it like you'll see in a bit. Right now, let's see. You'll see me render it with the water brush again. You don't want to go too big. Render a little. I think that'd be perfect right there, but I think I over rendered it a little bit, so I add it again. And then I airbrush it sometimes just to smooth it out. You can leave that right there, that's fine, I think. But you know, a little bit of airbrushing wouldn't hurt. Like right there, that's perfect, I think. That is perfect. And render it up, you know, blend it in a little bit better. Bam. And then for the shadows, usually what people do is just go darker skin color for the shadows. Now what we can do is to make it look more interesting around there is to add blues. Obviously for the shadows, for any shadows you want to go with the cool colors, right? For warm colors, if the sun's hitting it, you want to go with warm colors, right? So what I'm going to do is pick. Usually I pick violet or blue, but in this instance I'm going to go with blue. And look at that. That looks so much better than just going a dark skin color, maybe like a dark red, you know. It just look boring, but adding a different color here looks so much better. You could even add a little bit of violet there as well. Just enough so where the eye can see it or pick it up. I just went with blue right now. I have done that before. Now, most artists could just leave it there, and bam, that's your finished product right there. But what we're going to do is control copy it again and move it over. Control V, Control T, and move it over. And then what we're going to do is add a layer. Add a texture. And let's see, since we have blue, it's definitely important to keep a folder of textures with you. That way you use it later. And I'll make other videos of when to use textures and when not to. I've kind of learned the hard way, if you will. I kind of started overusing them, but yeah. So this one looks good. We want to go something kind of bluish. Let's see, this part up here has enough texture. So close that out. So you're going to control copy, and then you're going to go control V up here, and then control T to move it. Then we're going to enlarge it. That looks pretty good right there. And let's just clip this to the bottom layer. And then what we're gonna do is set this to multiply. That way you could look through the bottom layer. And then lower down the opacity, pretty much the brightness of the layer, down to like 34%. I think that's pretty good. It's up to you guys. You guys can lower it down more or keep it darker if you will. Really up to you. So, and what I'm going to do is remove some of that layer. I'm going to pick my airbrush and click this square right here. And what that square does, it allows any brush that you have turn into eraser. So I'll pick the airbrush, and what I'm going to do is erase some of this layer here and kind of blend that layer in. Now that's pretty good right there. And with that, you know, with that texture in the bottom, that's more than enough for skin texture. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty good. So what we started off with is just flattening, shadow flattening, and then rendering with some of that blue, and then adding some textures to it. There you go, guys. There you go. So I hope this video helped you out. And if you have any questions that you didn't get this video or anything else, let me know down at the bottom at the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for future videos. You guys can follow me on my DeviantArt page and follow me on my Tumblr page where I just post sketches and stuff like that. Alright guys, so until next time, see you then. Peace guys, bye.